When I was 14, I thought I was dying, but doctors told me it was just bad periods. It wasn't until I was 24 years old that I was finally diagnosed with endometriosis, also known as Endo. Women like me are called dramatic, hysterical, when we live our lives in constant debilitating pain. We're told heavy bleeding's normal, get over your pain, have a baby, that'll help with your symptoms. It makes me wonder, why is it so hard to be believed, to get a diagnosis, and what are the benefits of an early detection of endometriosis? In my case, the pain didn't just come once a month, it took over my life. My joints were hurting, and I went through a cycle of being on my period for 3 months on, 3 weeks off, for 3 years.
Endo is the second most common gynaecological condition in the UK, and it affects about 1 in every 10 women, around 190 million globally, yet people still can't actually explain what it is. And the consequences go far beyond the doctor's surgery. Through healthcare costs, missed work and disrupted careers, the condition is estimated to cost the UK economy around 8.2 billion every year. Helen was diagnosed when she was 17 after waiting over 7 years.
We had multiple trips to GPs. They assumed it was appendicitis. So I actually had my appendix removed when I was 10. When I was 18, I actually got access to my medical record. There was nothing wrong with the appendix. It was perfectly healthy. The worst it ever really got for me was the really heavy bleeding at one point. I was financially struggling to keep up with the amount of sanitary products that I needed for it. So I took to just sitting in the bath because it was the easiest and the cheapest option.
Some of the symptoms include fatigue, bloating, nausea, pain during sex, heavy bleeding, and headaches.
There's so many misconceptions when it comes to endo. It's even been described as the condition of the woman that doesn't want to work.
I've had a job just about in every sector to try and find something that was comfortable around my endometriosis. And I actually went through 17 jobs in 14 years. That I look unemployable, I look unreliable. When that's not actually the case, but it's finding the right employer with the right level of understanding, and that's very hard to do.
On average, it takes almost 9 years from a first GP visit to get a diagnosis in the UK, nearly a decade of being told this is normal. Dr. Barbara Ginn is researching a way to change how endo is detected.
Why is endo so hard to detect?
We can pick up deep endometriosis on a scan, but it can be very difficult to pick up superficial. And with ultrasounds, it can depend on the sonographer, how much experience they have. So some people can have an ultrasound, be told they don't have any visible endometriosis, but that doesn't mean they don't have endometriosis.
Diagnosing endo isn't straightforward, and that means women can be in serious pain, yet be told everything looks normal. To address this, Dr. Ginn is exploring new methods to detect the condition sooner.
We're developing a urine test for endometriosis, so we've been looking at the proteins in the urine, and there is one protein that seems to change. That offers an opportunity to give a good indication that they have deep or superficial endometriosis, or they don't. We're hoping that our urine test would reduce the amount of wait time that people have from 8 to 9 years down to a few weeks.
Diagnosing endo sooner would not only save women from years of suffering, but it can prevent serious organ damage and reduce later strain on healthcare services. For those trying to conceive, the impacts can be profound. Between 30 to 50% of women with endometriosis have fertility issues, and on top of that, women with endo are 4 times more likely to develop rheumatoid arthritis and heart disease.
The problem with endometriosis is there is no known cause. There's no perfect cure, but a laparoscopy definitely can help.
A laparoscopy is removing the overgrown tissue through keyhole surgery and is currently the most common way to treat endo.
And a progesterone-only pill, Mirena coil. There are options out there for women. I think we're understanding more about endo and just how it progresses, what treatments help.
Getting diagnosed didn't magically fix everything, but it did change one thing massively. I was finally believed. If your pain is stopping you from living your normal life, that isn't okay. You need to track your symptoms, take notes to the GPs, and if you feel like you're not being listened to, ask for a second opinion. You're not exaggerating, trust your body.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, be sure to check out these videos next. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video.